Welcome to Mr. American Movies. In today's video, we're diving into an exciting culinary drama that blends passion, rivalry, and mouth-watering dishes. This story revolves around two talented chefs from different worlds, facing off in a high-stakes competition that's about more than just food. It's about pride, heritage, and personal redemption. So, sit back, relax, and let's get into the flavorful journey of ambition, friendship, and the art of cooking. The story centers around a well-known local restaurant named The Seven, situated on Spring Avenue in Hong Kong. The restaurant's skilled chef, Sky Ko, is an expert in Southern-style cuisine. A TV host features the 30-year-old restaurant and its chef on a popular food program. Sky showcases his culinary talent on national television, even though he's already recognized as the best chef on Spring Avenue. Alongside him, his friend Uni is introduced to the audience. She primarily handles the restaurant's finances. Sky is extremely particular about the quality of the food and the time they invest in their customers, which is one of the key reasons their restaurant enjoys such popularity. Often, it's so busy that customers have to wait in long lines outside. On that particular day, a rude customer barges in, cutting ahead of others in line. Sky refuses to serve him, even when the man brags about his wealth and influence. As he leaves, the man mocks their small restaurant and reveals that his boss has invited a world-class chef to open a 3-star restaurant right across the street from theirs. This news unsettles Uni, but she dismisses it, thinking the man was just bluffing. Meanwhile, in France, the newly crowned king and queen are celebrating the birth of their son. They organize a grand ball to mark the occasion and invite a world-renowned chef to prepare a feast for the distinguished guests. This chef is Paul H., a Michelin-starred Korean chef trained in France. Paul has a unique cooking style that blends various cuisines, resulting in innovative dishes. For the special event, he presents the queen with a dessert resembling a red egg, but inside, it contains mango puree and coconut cream. This dish is inspired by the tradition of red eggs symbolizing blessings for a newborn. The exquisite flavors and meaningful symbolism behind the dish deeply move the royal family, earning Paul tremendous praise for his exceptional work. After the successful event, Paul and his assistant Mayo return to the restaurant where they currently work. Their boss and colleagues celebrate their achievement, offering heartfelt congratulations. The owner also announces that Paul has been promoted to the role of executive chef for the entire Art Nouveau franchise. This is a significant milestone in his career. However, to everyone's surprise, Paul declines the offer. He has bigger ambitions. He wants to return to Asia and pursue an even greater goal. Paul and Mayo have been invited by a Chinese businessman who plans to open a 3-star restaurant. Their co-workers support their decision and wish them the best in their new endeavor. Back on Spring Avenue, one of Sky's regular customers informs him that the rumors about the new restaurant opening are true. The news is bittersweet for Sky. On one hand, he wants to see his community prosper, but on the other hand, the new restaurant will bring tougher competition and potentially fewer customers. When Sky was 10 years old, his father constantly criticized him, claiming he had no talent in the kitchen. One day, his father abandoned him to pursue his culinary dreams, using the excuse that Sky couldn't even cook a proper bowl of noodles. Imagine your dad leaving over a bowl of noodles. Since then, Uncle Seven, the owner of the Seven restaurant, took Sky under his wing, teaching him everything he knows about cooking. Unlike his father, Sky hasn't seen his father in over 20 years and has no desire to reconnect. The next morning, Paul arrives in Hong Kong and heads to the local market in search of a large grouper fish. The vendor has only one left and decides to sell it to Sky, knowing he'll prepare it with exceptional care. Paul argues that shopkeepers shouldn't play favorites. A small dispute ensues, leading the vendor to cut the fish in half so both chefs can have a portion. A few weeks later, the grand opening of the 3-star restaurant, Stellar, takes place right across from the Seven. The chairman and manager of the Lee Management Group are the first guests, greeted warmly by Paul and Mayo. At the same time, the Seven staff start announcing special discount offers to attract customers. When Stellar's security guards attempt to stop them, a heated argument breaks out, drawing the attention of Paul and his VIP guests. As tensions rise, Mayo suggests settling the matter with a cooking competition. Sky and Paul recognize each other from the market and agree to the challenge, a fish cutting contest. Paul goes first, expertly removing the fish's ribs in no time. Then, Sky takes the same fish and slices it into evenly sized portions in under a minute. The crowd bursts into applause, and even Paul is impressed by Sky's skills. The chairman of the Lee Group remains neutral, stating that the true results will be determined in the upcoming International Chef Challenge, in which both chefs are scheduled to compete. He then drops an even bigger bombshell: Lee Group plans to acquire the entire Spring Avenue district, demolish the old buildings, and modernize the area. However, if Sky wins the competition, the chairman will reconsider and preserve the district's cultural heritage. With the fate of his community resting on his shoulders, Sky feels immense pressure but remains resolute. In the following days, the Seven experiences a decline in customers. Uni worries about the restaurant's future, but Sky reassures her. He compares the situation to escargot and field snails, explaining that people have different tastes, and there's always an audience for authentic, traditional food. They don't need to change their style. Some customers will always prefer their cuisine. The next day, Sky visits the market only to discover that Stellar has bought all the best fish. Tensions rise at the Seven, but soon after, they receive uplifting news: Sky has qualified for the culinary competition. However, there's a twist: if he wins, he'll have to face the reigning two-time champion, Mountain KO. Sky is shocked. Mountain is his estranged father, now a celebrated chef. This revelation fuels Sky's determination to make it to the finals and confront him. That night, Uncle Seven returns from a business trip and invites Sky to meet him at a pub, excited to catch up. However, Sky is stunned to find his father there as well. Mountain bluntly states that he still doesn't believe in Sky's abilities and has no regrets about abandoning him years ago. But Sky is deeply hurt but masks his pain with anger. He vows to win the competition and prove that greatness in the culinary world doesn't require being heartless, like Mountain. On the day of the culinary duel, contestants have 90 minutes to prepare and present a dish of their choice. Sky crafts a traditional salt-baked duck, while Paul prepares foie gras sorbet. Both chefs showcase extraordinary skills, impressing the judges and the audience alike. When it's time for scoring, Paul earns 3 9s and a perfect 10, totaling 37 points. Sky receives 2 perfect 10s, a 9, and an 8, tying the score. The head judge makes the final call: Paul wins based on his dish's superior presentation. However, Paul's triumph is short-lived. His manager plans to replace him with Mayo for the finals, claiming that a female chef is more marketable. When Paul objects, Mayo betrays him. She reveals that Paul has difficulty tasting certain flavors, including saltiness, and has been secretly relying on a notebook to guide his cooking. Devastated, Paul storms out. That night, Sky finds Paul drunk outside an event hall. For a brief moment, they set aside their rivalry and open up about their struggles. Paul confesses that his father was a renowned chef, and his dying wish was for Paul to follow in his footsteps. Sky shares his painful history with Mountain. Finding common ground, they drunkenly throw bottles at Mountain's billboard, cursing him in Korean. Paul refuses to give up. Since he can't compete under Stellar's banner, he decides to enter the finals as an independent chef and invites Sky to team up with him. Weeks later, they compete in the semi-finals together, blending their culinary styles to create a deconstructed mapo tofu dish. They win. Now only one of them can face Mountain in the ultimate showdown. Paul steps aside, allowing Sky to confront his father. In the final round, Mountain crafts an intricate sugar sculpture, while Sky prepares the same noodles his father once made. Instead of serving the judges, Sky hands the bowl directly to Mountain. Tasting it, Mountain is overwhelmed with emotion. The winner remains ambiguous, but in the end, the Seven thrives, and Sky and Paul cook together, celebrating their friendship and community. Subscribe for more videos. Turn on notifications and leave a like to support the channel. Thanks for watching.